All right, welcome back to the episode of Beer Bacon and Bros. Tonight, you have a shortened cast, just Adam and Chris. No short hype puns, just shortened cast. Just you got it.
Okay, man.
So
Vertically challenged.
we are the two vertically challenged of the cast. So if
The
you
two sub-sixers.
if you ever met us in person, we're below. The two of us are below 6 feet. The other two above. So we're back for week 9 of college football pick'ems. I can't believe it's been this fast.
I know.
College football season's full.
High school football is almost over.
It is. I mean,
Wow.
It's literally just 1 week left. So we're jumping into it right now. We got a tie at the top. Keith and Chris at 55 and 32. Adam, you're just one back. 54 and 33. Alex, 51 and 36. So he's in danger of the punishment. We did decide it was a food challenge. It is going to be a Waffle House style challenge. Might be a Buffalo Wild Wings though. We might be rolling up in there to watch some bowl games and make somebody eat a bunch of wings across a 12-hour span. So we're going to kick it off like normal. Got a 10 pick'em week for you. Before we do that, make sure you smash that subscribe button for us. Totally free to you. It means a lot to us growing the channel. If you stayed along for the process, thank you so much for coming back and watching these videos. We try to do our best to make the close pick'ems for you, and if you're winning money off us, just let us know. We appreciate it. We're not going to charge you anything. Just want to know.
If you can give us $1 though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. So make sure you hit the like button because we're popular. As always, hit us in the comments. We'll get back with you. So week 9, pick'em 1. We got a little bit of an Ohio rivalry going on. We got the Miami, Ohio Redhawks, the Ohio Bobcats. Both these guys are 6-2, 3-1 in the MAC. Both of them are going to be MAC contenders for sure. They can only win one side of the MAC, so this is really for that Mid-Atlantic side over there with them. Right now, the line 7.5 at Ohio.
I think Ohio Bobcats. This is
Yeah.
Their program has kind of been on the turn the last few years. I think they've been playing some really good football. They're 4-1 in their last 5 games here. And I'm going to take them at home. I'm going to take Ohio Bobcats at home.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think this is going to be a fantastic game. 3:30 game on Saturday, sneaky time, a lot of good games kind of later in the day. This might be one you want to watch in the middle of the day. For me,
Especially for some action here.
yeah, it's always good to have action. I would love for this to be on like a Thursday night, dude. This would absolutely be my pick, or it would be my game to watch.
A Wednesday night game.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to go a little different route than you. I have kind of fallen in love with the Redhawks this season. They do have a former White Knoll player over there that's a backup quarterback for him, so that's what kind of followed his career a little bit. But Gabbert over there, the starting quarterback, really coming into a senior season, thought it was going to be super successful. He called out Miami early in the season, saying we are the Miami, and Hurricanes beat the crap out of them. So. But since then, playing really well. They lost to Toledo this past week, who's probably going to end up winning the MAC. They've been the favorite gambling-wise for most of the year. So, going to go a little different route on you. Going to take the Redhawks. Just kind of a feeling. No other thing around that. So, starting 7 o'clock game here. Troy 5-2, Texas State 5-2. This is a little Sun Belt action right here. This is again on the other side of the Sun Belt, across from JMU and Coastal and Georgia State. Troy is a 6.5-point favorite on the road at Texas State. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, I own Texas State in our college fantasy.
How have you felt about them this year?
Oh, fantastic. I knew they were going to be good when they brought in 37 transfers. That's a lot of talent coming in, a lot of 3-stars coming from Oklahoma, Texas Tech. So J.G. Keene, the head coach there, was a quarterback at Tulsa back in like 2007, was an elite passer out there in an air raid offense. He's kind of turned this in. T.J. Finley actually is their quarterback. He's an old Auburn quarterback. I don't know if you remember him or not, but
after I guess Bo Nix.
He was after Bo Nix because he actually was at LSU first, then transferred to Auburn, now transferred to Texas State. Finley's playing really great, but their defense couldn't stop a freaking yeah.
We could get out of this.
Yeah. So. I'm going to stick with Troy. I think the line's probably a little accurate. I'm definitely not playing them this week, so Troy for me on this one.
I was about to say, I think Texas State, as good as their offense has been, I think their defense is definitely where it's going to hurt them this week. Yeah. And Troy's on a 4-game win streak, and I think they will to make it 5. So give me Troy as well.
Can't blame you there. One of the hardest pick'ems this week going to be Purdue. They're 2-5, 1-3 in their conference. 3:30 game at Nebraska, who's 4-3 and 2-2 in their conference. Nebraska only a 2.5-point favorite right now at home.
Which I don't know. I still don't trust Matt Rule yet. I don't know. It's been a weird last 5 games for them. It hadn't been tough competition. I guess their best win is Illinois currently on this list out of their last 5 games.
Yeah.
But you get the brakes beat off you by Michigan, which was probably expected. Yeah, you know what? Give me the upset. I'm going to take the Boilermakers.
I thought I was going to be the only one.
I'm gonna take the Boilermakers upset Nebraska here. I just don't know if Nebraska is it yet.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I think that the difference in the competition, you were getting there but didn't quite say it. Ohio State, Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, Syracuse. Those are the last 5 games for Purdue. They're 1-4 in those last 5 games. But respectfully, they're 1-4 in those last 5 games. Nebraska had to come back against Northwestern last week. I watched that game, not a pretty one. Did beat Illinois on the road, which is a little bit of a surprise. Got the brakes beat off them by Michigan, beat a bad La Tech team, and Northern Illinois is not that great this year.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's the difference in competition. I think the Boilermakers get their 3rd win here. I don't trust Nebraska's offense. You could look at it, even in the games they've won, they've been in the 20s. This Purdue team can put up 40 on you real quick. So,
yeah.
I'm gonna take the Boilermakers with you. So, rolling into a little SEC action, we got 4-3 Mississippi State, 3-4 Auburn. Bowl eligibility
on the line
for both these teams. Whoever wins has a better chance of getting to a bowl. Whoever loses could not make a bowl this year. So, just the truth of where this game is for these teams, Auburn is a 6.5-point favorite at home.
This is tough. This one is a tough one.
This whole week's tough. A lot of not great games, not like high fame games,
but good matchups.
But good matchups.
Because I don't think either one of these teams have kind of lived up to, I guess, their expectations this year.
Yeah.
You're looking at Auburn's lost 4 of the last 5, right?
Auburn has lost 4 of their last 5. I was looking to see if Will Rogers is accurate.
Yeah, Ole Miss, LSU, you lose to Georgia.
And A&M.
Yeah, A&M's one that you probably could have. You would think you should have stood a little bit better chance, or one that you thought you could have gone in and won. The other 3, Georgia, LSU, Ole Miss, you got to think that you're going to lose those anyway. Man, give me Auburn. In the fact of being a South Carolina fan and knowing how bad we are and how bad we've played week in, week out, and we beat Mississippi State, I'll take Auburn at home.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be with you here on this. I watched that Arkansas-Mississippi State game last week, and it was hard to watch just from both of those teams.
10-7?
7-3.
7-3?
7-3. Yeah. I think Auburn plays a really tough competition. I thought they played well against Georgia. They played really well against Ole Miss this past week. The game at Texas A&M wasn't great for them, but they get Mississippi State at home. I just think that at Jordan-Hare, there is an advantage for them to play at home. Mississippi State didn't play well on the road. We saw that at South Carolina a couple weeks ago. So for me, I like Auburn. I like Auburn at home. So this is going to be a really fun matchup. Boise State, who's 3-4 at home. It's a 5:30 game on Saturday. Wyoming, who's 5-2 right now, for the Mountain West right now, just a couple games away from playing. They did lose to Air Force, but they need an Air Force trip up a little bit. And they got a chance to play in the conference championship over there. So Boise 5-point favorite on the blue field, baby.
What do you think? I can leave this one off.
You want me to leave this one off? I really like Boise. I think Boise's a great team. They've lost 4 games this year, and it's been to some pretty decent competition. Wyoming, though, for me, they beat Texas Tech to start the season. They hung with Texas better than a couple other people have, even at Texas. The Air Force loss this past week. That was kind of the game for the conference, but they know that Air Force could slip up a little bit at the end, so they have to keep winning games here in this conference to put themselves in a championship position. So I'm going to take the Cowboys, even though they're a 5-point dog on the road.
Well, look, okay.
Wyoming Cowboys.
I don't think a loss to Colorado State's great. I think you should have won that game as Boise. Memphis has looked pretty good this year. I can see why you lose that one there.
I think all 4 of Boise's losses are on the road. I'll double check that for you real quick.
But no, I'm gonna stick with my gut here. I'm gonna take Boise.
Yeah, Boise did take 1 loss at home to UCF early in the season, 18-16. So again, good competition, right? Colorado State, Memphis, Washington, and UCF.
So I was gonna change my mind and take Wyoming, but I'm gonna stick to my gut here and stick Boise.
Sure.
Boise at home, playing on that blue field's just
It's
different.
tough.
It's different.
It's tough. Little close to home action right here. We got 4-3 Marshall. 6 o'clock game in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and Conway, I guess technically. Coastal Carolina 4-3. We've been good followers of the Coastal program for the last couple of years, but Marshall is actually a 4-point favorite in Conway at Brooks Stadium in this conference matchup. Both 4-3, both guys probably not winning their side of the Sun Belt, but still want to make a bowl game.
So Marshall's on a little bit of a slide here. 3 straight losses for them. And Coastal's on a win streak, 2-win streak, you know. Grayson McCall hadn't played up to his potential, I don't think. I don't think he's having a bad year. I don't think he's having a great year, though, as some people thought he would. And again, it could just be new offensive system, essentially, that he's getting used to. As far as new OC.
Yeah, new staff in general.
Yeah.
Yes, well, Sags is the only one that was left. He's the DC at Coastal. He's the only one that.
So,
actually, no, he left too. He's at Georgia State now. Sorry.
So yeah, you got a whole new scheme. I mean, even though you've been in the program for 4 years now, you got a whole new staff. But give me the upset here, and I'm going to take Coastal winning at home.
You and me are both riding the Chanticleers. So I say this. I think you hit the hammer on the nail for me when I was looking at this earlier. I think Coastal is starting to get comfortable with themselves, right? Like, it took probably, I guess,
5 games.
5 games for them to really get together, feel the chemistry through a new offense. A lot of the players are still the same, but
the schemes and everything else just a little bit different.
It just took a little rhythm for them, right? Like, you start to see them click here. They put up 28 points against Georgia Southern. They put up 27 points against App. They put up 27 points against Arkansas State. All 3 of those last games are on the road. They're finally getting to come home here. You get, like you said, Marshall sliding. They played good competition, though. NC State, Georgia State, and JMU. So they played good competition, but just another road game trying to come in and slow this Coastal offense down. Sam Pickney, another South Carolina boy, but I mean, one of the most underrated receivers in college football right now. 6'4" dude, 212, 39 catches, 565, 4 touchdowns for him, but he is starting to really heat up late here in the season. So give me Coastal on this as well. Little late night Oregon State, Arizona Pac-12 action. Oregon State 6-1, 3-1 in the conference. They're on the road against Arizona. Arizona has been a surprisingly good team this season. They're 4-3, and you know you'd hate to see them go to 4-4. They get a loss here, but still a chance for them to go to a bowl right now.
I think Oregon State wins. I think they win pretty easily, but you were correct here in the fact of Arizona has been surprising this year, especially thinking they were going to finish bottom, if not bottom 3 in the Pac-12, and now all of a sudden you're looking at, probably finishing middle of the pack, but that's got to be better than what your season expectations were here. And like I said, I think Arizona hadn't played bad. They're exceeding expectations, but Oregon State, I think, is definitely the better team here.
Yeah, when we did, if you've been following us for a while, we did the conference predictions at the beginning of the season. So many Arizona fans came out of the woodworks trying to tell me how great this team was. They're partially right. This team has played really well. I mean, the triple overtime loss to Southern Cal, come back the very next week, beat Washington State. Oregon State needs to be on the lookout for this. This is a trap game for them, especially for a team that has still a really good chance of winning this conference, with its only loss being at Washington State. So for me, give me Oregon State. I think the 3-point line on the road is a really accurate line right now. But if Oregon State gets down, and gets behind the ball in this game, and Arizona has a 2-touchdown lead in the third quarter,
It's going to be tough.
Oregon State's in trouble.
It's going to be tough for them to come back.
Oregon State's in trouble. So, down to our final 3 games, we got some really good matchups this week. We got Duke and Louisville. 20 Duke. They're 5-2, 2-1 in the conference. 3:30 game at Louisville. Louisville, number 18 in the conference, 6-1 this season, 3-1 in the conference. Right now, Louisville a 4.5-point favorite at home.
Is Leonard playing?
Leonard did play last week. He also kind of got re-injured again last week. So right now his status on ESPN is active, and at the moment there's really
no other news.
Yeah.
Hadn't said one way or the other.
Yep.
I think with Leonard in this offense, Duke is a very troublesome team. If he ends up not playing, it definitely hurts their chances of beating Louisville. Louisville has been surprisingly good this year.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be like a 6-6, if not 5-7 type team. So to be 6-1 at this point in the season is pretty impressive. I think they should be 7-0. Pitt's not great. You lost to, at the time, a 1-5 Pitt. Shouldn't have lost that game, but you did. But I think Duke has played some better competition here of late, the last 3 weeks at least. Before that, you had UConn and Northwestern.
Yeah.
Where you played Florida State, NC State, and Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And you lost there is Notre Dame. Louisville beats Notre Dame, but it's it's 13 points there. I don't.
It's tough.
It is. Leonard, I think, like I said, makes or breaks this game for Duke. And if he's not 100%, battling injury the last 2 weeks, I'm going to take Louisville at home.
Okay. I've been struggling with this one for all week because I also have Duke in our college team. I think Riley Leonard does make it a. If Riley Leonard's playing, this would be kind of a pick 'em. It wouldn't be a 4.5-point line. Duke's freshman quarterback is very good, and I think Duke can certainly win this game because I do think Louisville kind of just caught Notre Dame at the right time where they had played 4 or 5 really competitive teams in a row, week by week. But I think Louisville also plays a lot better at home than they have shown themselves on the road. So I'll take them here on the 3:30 game at home as well. I'll take Louisville. So great game here. We got Tennessee and Kentucky. Number 21 Tennessee, 5-2, 2-2 in the conference. 7 o'clock night game in Kentucky, in Lexington. It's a 5-2 Kentucky team as well. Right now, Tennessee only a 3.5-point favorite.
Give me Joe Milton and the Tennessee Vols here. I want to take them on the road against Kentucky.
Yeah, you know what? I might end up putting my foot in my mouth here. I think Tennessee beats Kentucky by at least 10 points. I think Kentucky has had a really easy schedule and is the most
overrated
5-2 team in college football. I mean, they finally caught some competition. They caught Florida at the right time. I would give them that. They beat Florida, but for me, I mean, they got blown out by Georgia, got blown out by Missouri. It's starting to really show. Kentucky is just not as good as they think they are. So, college game day, Oregon, Utah. This is a 3:30 game on Fox. Number 13 Utah, 6-1. Number 8 Oregon, 6-1. Oregon a 6.5-point favorite on the road in Salt Lake City, Utah.
So I own both these teams in college fantasy this year. Thinking that these two are probably your front runners for the Pac-12. I've always thought that Utah gave USC trouble, and I think Oregon's really come into their offense with Bo Nix leading it, and I think they have looked really good offensively. Utah's defense has looked great all year. Utah, you are without Cameron Rising the rest of the year.
Yeah.
You just lost a major portion of your offense. They've done well though with the backup. They haven't played bad, but I think losing Cameron Rising for the rest of the year hurts Utah in the long run, and Oregon here is able to withstand is able to put up more points, of course, and win this game than what Utah can throw at them offensively. I think the Oregon offense will overcome that Utah defense.
Yeah.
A little more than Utah's offense, of course, is going to be able to.
I actually feel like Oregon's got a really great defense that nobody's talking about. I've really felt for the past couple of weeks, felt like Oregon, to me, when I've watched them and I've watched what I have of the Pac-12, Oregon looks like the most complete team in the Pac-12 to me. Mm-hmm. And I think they have obviously Bo Nix being a veteran, 6, 7, 8 year senior, whatever he is at this point.
Double COVID, shared medical freshman.
Yeah, I mean, guys, been there he's been playing college football since Vietnam. So I think that what I look at it is the best team is Oregon in the entire Pac-12. I know Washington's leading it right now. They won the game a couple weeks ago. Oregon kind of mismanaged the clock, didn't play well late. Their defense really didn't show up well in Washington. I think it shows up well in Utah. I think this is 6.5 point line is very accurate. I hate it for Utah to lose Cameron Rising. Obviously, the medical redshirt is going to be great for him to be able to come back for them next year. And really, they played the whole year without Cameron Rising. They know who they are now without Cameron Rising. So,
and they can still win ball games.
And they can certainly still win. I mean, they just beat Southern Cal this past week.
Yeah.
So, but I think you're right. I think Oregon takes this one today. So, I will go with the Ducks with you. So, all right. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is our Week 9 college football pick'ems. We appreciate you for staying along with us. As always, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe.